All right, next up, we've got, as we continue on, Duke and Louisville in the ACC. Louisville, 4-point home favorites, 46 the total in this one. Another game where we've got a significant quarterback injury. Riley Leonard, as mentioned, couldn't finish the game against Florida State last week, re-injuring that right ankle during a sack that he took in the third quarter. Really, really gut-wrenching. Really gut-wrenching in a game where I think Duke was driving at the time he got injured, and the game was still very close at the time. And right after that, Duke's offense did nothing once he left the game, and that was it for him in that performance after he left that game. Now, he wasn't great, but still, he gave them at least some semblance of, and his legs and his ability to run as well are something that mattered against Florida State, and then the offense just completely went away after that. We'll see if they can bounce back here against Louisville, but it's going to be tougher if they have to go to Henry Beelan here at quarterback on the road against a Louisville team that is off a bye week and with extra time to prepare for a good coach, a coach we trust in Jeff Brom, to get his team ready and get them refocused from their first loss of the year against Pitt, 38-21. But keep in mind, they had beaten Notre Dame the week before. Definitely felt like a little bit of a flat spot for Louisville, and they fell victim to it against Pitt. Now they're off a bye week. They got Duke coming in here. I think you'll see a good Duke effort, a good Louisville effort, I should say, here in this game. And let's not forget, just a couple of years ago, and look, Duke was bad at that time. This was pre-Mike Elko. I get it. But they dominated Duke 62-22. Actually, probably should throw that data point out. That was pre-Mike Elko. This has clearly been a different program the last couple of years under Mike Elko. But I don't think I could back Duke if Leonard's not in. And Louisville, situational advantage for sure off a bye week. And you've got the fact Duke not only not off a bye week, but now going on the road and off a physical, emotionally, mentally, physically exhausting battle and war with Florida State last week. It's not exactly like there's a Duke spot by any stretch. What do you think, Conor?
Yeah, and that was the first time I thought all year that just the defense just kind of was like gassed there in the fourth, giving up those 21 points. It was just they were so good early on in the game, and all year long they've been great. They have to come to play here if they want a chance with the backup in, because the offense is it's totally different with Riley Leonard out in this one. So I think it's a Louisville spot a little bit. I think you lay the 4 here with them. As much as I love Duke, as long as there's no Leonard. If he's back in, different story. But with him out, I think Louisville at home, you lay the points here.
Yeah, exactly. And, the one thing about Duke, too, is on the road. They haven't played much on the road, and other than Florida State, they played UConn on the road, and they won that game handily. But this is probably another challenging road game. So it's 2 weeks in a row on the road off a physical war against Florida State, and this team's rested off a bye week. It just feels like it's such a huge advantage from a situational perspective for Louisville here in this game. And like I said, they had a bad game against Pitt, but probably a chance to settle back in and play well. Keep in mind, though, Jack Plummer might have to do more throwing the ball because Jawar Jordan is questionable, the great running back for Louisville. So keep an eye on his status going into this game.